Hello again, everybody, and Happy New Year, of course, since this video will probably be coming out on the 1st of January, hopefully, if I don't screw things up, as I usually do. But we can finally talk about Shizuru and Rino, the new preface characters. And I gotta say, they were a really nice surprise, to be honest. At first, I wasn't really too into them when they were announced. I wasn't really too, I don't know, intrigued by them. But now, I'm actually pretty happy with them. They turned out really good, a really amazing character, and we shall talk about them right now, shall we? So, let's go through their skills really quick. They are relatively simple to understand. So this is probably going to be somewhat of a quick video, but yeah, let's just get into it, shall we? So not the first skill, the Union Burst. I mean, fairly simple ability. It deals damage 2 times, which is, and those 2 times together are quite a bit of damage. And if they crit, they deal 3.5 times the damage instead of 2. You know, criticals usually do 2 times the damage, but in their case, it will deal 3.5 times the damage. Really nice. Of course, this is like the trademark for Rino. Rino usually has this kind of mechanic, so it does make sense. Sorry about that. Besides that, they also recover some HP to themselves, and also will deploy an area, a field, behind them, or around them. I think it's behind them, if I remember correctly. Behind them, and will increase the attack of everybody by 8,000 and increase the critical rate of everybody by 150. Of course, this is all physical. If I remember correctly, these last around 18 seconds, which is the usual amount, of course. It's very nice. Now for the first skill. It's very similar to the Union Burst. It deals damage twice, also deals 3.5 damage if it crits instead of the 2 times, and will also recover TP to everybody by 75 if the field from the Union Burst is active. It will most likely not be active, so yeah, very nice. A lot of damage again on a regular skill, and a good amount of TP recovery to everybody, which is very good, very good. And finally, the second skill gives a barrier to everybody if the field is active. The barrier will be able to absorb up to 18,000 damage. If it's not active, it will only be 6,000. It will probably be active, so most likely than not, it will be the 18,000 damage absorption, which is a very nice barrier overall. Besides that, they will receive a physical attack buff of 12,000, a physical critical buff of 400, which is huge, and a physical critical damage buff of 15%. So a very big damage buff for themselves. Remember that it's for themselves. They will also reduce the the physical defense of every enemy by 122 physical defense. So a very stacked skill. A lot of attack buffs to themselves, a barrier to everybody. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned that, but this is going to everybody on the team. And of course, the damage reduction, the defense reduction. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, as you can see, they do have a lot of stuff. A lot of good damage on the Union Burst and first skill. They recover TP, they give critical rate and a good amount of attack damage to everybody. They recover TP to everybody, and they also give a barrier to everybody. They do a lot. They do a lot, man. And besides that, they are also actually a tank. As you can see from this ridiculous amount of defense, of course, Shizuru is part of the duo, and because of Shizuru, I guess that's the theme. That's Shizuru stuff with Rino stuff. They do have a lot of defense, so they can serve as a tank. Their only downside is being a tank in the mid-range of the team, which makes things a little bit awkward. Because of this, they will most often than not be paired with archers. So people like Shizuru, for example, will work very well with them. Suzuna will also work very well with them. Who else? Oh, right. We also have... Where are they? Hatsune and Shiori. They, of course, got a buff very recently with their new unique equipment. I'll be talking about that in a later video. But they also, Shizuru and Rino, will work very well with these two as well, since they do stay behind Shizurino. As you can see over here, we can like try making a team for Shizurino. Yes, I'll be referring to them that way. They don't really work very well with people like Christina or Cheetah, for example, because they do stay in front of them, which makes things a little bit complicated. For example, in fights where you would need a tank, you wouldn't be able to use them together. But in fights where you wouldn't need a tank, maybe you could use them. It could work very well. But the good part about this, you can actually use Shizurino together with Kokoro Princess over here, since she is also very good, so, and Labrissa also as well. And the team we can pretty much do is something like this. This team, amazing team, ridiculous team. I'll probably have some kind of gameplay footage or something showing this team actually specifically against the training boss, and they actually did a lot of damage. The team overall did a lot of damage, and also Shizurino by themselves for a tank, they dealt an incredible amount of damage, which is really interesting to see. I don't think anyone else, any other tanks can do what they do, but because of that, because they are so good and so unique, of course, the thingy about them being a mid character, as in middle position, not mid as in quality. Yeah, sure, why not? It does hamper them a little bit. It does make them a little bit weaker. I guess they had to have some kind of weakness, or else they would be completely busted if they could just work on any team, because they are incredibly good right now. So yeah, really just another range character or archer support if you are into them, which they are pretty good right now. Suzuna, really good. Shiori, very good. You even have student Suzuna somewhere. There she is. Even student Suzuna is very good. Maybe you could use like Ranger Shiori, also amazing character. Who else? I guess Ranger Kokoro, also very good character for range support. So yeah, if you like using teams with archers and ranged attackers, honestly, I do recommend. I mean, even if you don't, just recommend going for her. Yeah, I guess if you were trying to see if you should like pull for them, I really do recommend pulling for them. They are an amazing character in my opinion. Well, if you don't have any like good archers, I guess you could skip them. But if you do have the archers, you know, could still use them. However, do remember though, we will have another pre-fest actually pretty soon because of the anniversary, which will happen around February. So you could technically just skip these two for now and pull them again during the anniversary. That there is that option, and honestly I think that's the best option right now, because we do have the new the new year characters, and also the rerun for the last year, which is new year characters. That's a mouthful. So yeah, you have that to consider, unless you really like them and you just, I don't know, just pull for them, I guess. I don't know. But I do feel like they are a very good character to pull, a very important character to pull. But it should be fine if you want to wait until February. It's probably even better if you do actually wait until February. So yeah, sorry about that, my throat has been killing me. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Shizurino. Amazing tank, good TP recovery, great barriers, good damage, and good support with physical buffs, critical rate, and defense shred. They do it all, honestly. They really do it all. And also the healing from the burst is also very nice. They actually heal a lot for themselves. So if they are like in a clutch position, if they can burst, they will heal back to full pretty much. So, yeah, very good character. I do recommend a seal of approval. So yeah, I hope this was helpful for anyone. Again, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs. Wow, 1,000 subs. Actually, thank you for everybody who's subbing. I wasn't expecting to be able to increase the amount so soon, by quite a significant amount, actually. But yeah, thank you for everyone who's been subbing. I really want to reach the 1,000. I promise once I reach 1,000 subs, I'll stop asking. I just want this 1,000. It would be really cool. But yeah, if you're not subbed, please consider subbing. Would make me very happy. God, I'm dying, guys. Jesus Christ, my throat. I think it's getting better, though. I think it's getting better. But in any case, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you again to Lou for the membership. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.